Peace, peace. Welcome back to Space Beyond Infinity, where there are no limitations. I'm the speaker of this room, Mystic, and I'm back with another vlog. How are y'all doing today? I'm doing good for the most part. I miss my man. I miss my man so much, y'all. I was crying. Do you hear me? Bawling my eyes out the other day. Okay? Bawling my eyes out. I was crying. I was so sad because my man is not here. I hate when they do this. The spoon's still in the bowl. Nobody told me. See, my kids used to if there's food in the bowl, they will shuffle it all into the top bowl, but that didn't happen. It hasn't been happening. Now I've been getting into these spaces where I'm trying to clean up something and there's food in the bowl. I guess I have to remind them to do it. Anyway, I was bawling crying because my man is gone. And then, me crying because my man is gone, I started crying even more because I was grateful to be able to love someone as much as I did, as much as I love him. I started crying because I was grateful to have someone in my life who loved me so much. And I felt even more gratitude for my life or where I am now. Everybody's doing this 2016 hashtag stuff, and I posted a picture of me back in 2016, and someone had responded to my story of my picture. I was talking about how glowy and shiny and bright I was, and I was like, yeah, youth will do that to you, you know? Some good youth will do that for you. But I was only 20 years old, okay? I was only 20. But truthfully, I was going through one of the hardest parts of my life at that time. Getting up every day, working 7 days a week, overtime, 12 hours shifts, going to school and get my GED, even though I didn't need to. I just wanted somewhere to be. I was really skipping the classes most of the time because I didn't want to be there. But I was just going. Just to get out of the house because I didn't want to be in the house because I was staying at my dad's house, and his wife just felt like she needed to push me to be more than what I was at the time because I wasn't motivated enough for life. But I had just moved there because I had just had a mental breakdown and wanted to give up on my life. And I was trying to figure out how to fix my mental space. And so trying to gather all of these things in life wasn't that I knew I didn't want, wasn't going to be the solution to my problem. Trying to motivate me to be the work hard, get money. Did I put a drop of water on my camera? Work hard, get money, get me my own place, give me a car, blah, 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 blah. Like, I wasn't ready for all of that. I didn't want a car. I didn't want a house. I didn't want all of the material things. I needed to soothe my soul. I needed to figure out what was happening to me spiritually. I needed to organize my mind. I needed to figure out what was the life that I wanted before I can start creating a life for myself, you know? I had to figure out what kind of life I wanted before I could start creating a life for myself. You can't just start creating a life for yourself. You have to figure out what kind of life you want, but where I'm from, it's like you're supposed to all want the same thing, you know? To have a good amount of money, and it just was late. What was being laid out for me wasn't it for me, you know? It just wasn't it for me, okay? I didn't want to live like everybody else I knew. I didn't want that life that everybody else had. I didn't see the value in luxury at the time. I needed more substance. And I had to find that for myself. And so I was struggling. There was a lot going on because she felt like I just wanted to be there to take advantage of them since I didn't feel like I could put all my energy into creating a life for myself that I didn't know what kind of life I wanted. So since I couldn't do that, then that means that I was just there to freeload and take advantage of them, even though I was working 7 days a week, 12-hour shifts, overtime every single day, and paying them at some point. And then they told me I didn't have to pay them anymore. So how did it go from me how did I turn into a freeloader after you told me I didn't have to pay you? I don't understand that. And that put a real strain on me and my father's relationship. And I've never had that kind of strain in my relationship with my father before. And then, you know, it just came to a point where I'm looking and I'm like, okay, this is the classic, oh, the stepmother against the stepdaughter shit. And now it's like, oh, I just don't want him to have, you know, his happiness. And, you know, I see what is being framed out to be. And then I had to eventually just decide to leave and go on about my own business. But, it was a lot that I was going through at that time. And I was just trying to figure out what life meant to me. What did being alive mean for me? And look at me now. Look at where I am. Look at the life that I'm living. Look at the happiness and the joy and the peace that I found. And yeah, it's not without struggle. It's not without a fight. It's not without sacrifice. But I found it. I found the life that I wanted to live. I found the peace that I wanted to have for my soul. I found what I feel like I know what life is for me. And I'm living in it. And I am more than grateful for that. And I'm more than grateful to have a partner who supports that. I'm more than grateful to have a partner who is present in that with me. And so I went from hurting and mourning from being separated from my partner to celebrating life and all that it is and all of the beauty that is in it and being present in that. And I let out a lot of tears, and I let out a lot of cries and moans and groans and yells, and I felt ways that I haven't felt in a long time. I felt deep emotions that I haven't felt in a long time, and I gave gratitude for that, because as a Cancer, as a water sign, see, this is why I say Cancers are crybabies, because we're actually supposed to cry. Like, we're supposed to cry. Often, frequently. And if you are a water sign, especially a Cancer, and you are not crying at least 2 times a week, there's something wrong. For real. Like, and I don't mean just tears of sorrow. I mean, like, tears of joy. You're supposed to have many moments in life that make you cry out of joy, not just sorrow, but joy as well. But also, if you're not purging those emotions when you are sad, when you are hurting, then it's a problem. It's a major problem for you, and you need to fix that. Like, you need to embrace your emotional space. I am an emotional being. I am meant to cry all the time. Like, I'm supposed to be crying all the time about all kinds of shit all the time. And I feel like I haven't cried about things in a while. I mean, I've had some tears when we was here. Yeah. You know, just tears of joy, tears of happiness, being grateful for being with my family and stuff. But I just feel like the way I expressed what I expressed the other day was so needed. It was so necessary. I can feel the weight shift in my being. I can feel the release in my spirit. And I was grateful for it. And I was present with myself, letting myself feel, letting myself express, and being in the beauty of all of it. Acknowledging the beauty of all of it. And I'm grateful. And I need more days like that. But I miss my bed. I miss my bed so fucking much, y'all. But today he's supposed to be booking his flight to come back, so it is what it is. He'll be home. I'm gonna fix my rep. It's a little too low to the flow, getting in the way of my foot. All right. Yeah. So he'll be on his way home soon. I don't know how long he's gonna be able to stay, but he'll be on his way home. I realized the other day, like, dang, that's the longest we've spent together in the last 2 years, at least. In the last 2 years, at least. Really, almost 3. Ever since we moved in this house, that's the longest he's been here. on a visit with us. Like his longest trip before was 2 weeks. And he comes and he stays for almost 2 weeks. Every visit. And that's what it's been like. But when we had our baby, he was here for almost a month. And that's the longest time I've spent with him in one visit, one trip, and almost 2 years. And I think I just got to a point where I was like kind of sick of the thought of that. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is my man, this is my life partner. We're missing out on so much life together. And I could look at that like that, or I could look at it like we have so much life to live that that's nothing compared to all of the time we will have. If you want to get into the everlasting life and all that, you gotta actually believe in it. And to actually believe in it, you gotta actually believe in it. He promised me 1,000 years together. We promised we're gonna start there. 1,000 years. In this kind of, in this life, in this format, in this style. 1,000 years.